G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. Let's go. I have to break up with my newish serious girlfriend because of medical issues. About 8 months ago, I met a very lovely woman and we hit it off completely. She has her own life, kids, work, hobbies, but we make things work and we see each other whenever possible and are in touch daily. I love her, and she has also stated that she loves me. We've talked about long-term plans of being together once we are both done with our other obligations. Whilst all of these wonderful experiences have been going on, I have been dealing with what I thought were minor medical issues. I never let on to my girlfriend, so as not to worry her and add another dynamic to our relationship, that I have been having any issues, and they were so minor that I was able to get away with it. After many medical appointments and many tests, my doctors informed me late last week that the problems aren't so minor and the prognosis is not good. I absolutely do not want to burden this wonderful woman with what I'm going to be dealing with. Do I lie and make up a story, or do I tell her the truth? Can anyone see a way out of this without lying or telling her the truth? Regardless of how I approach this, I will not be staying with her. In the comments, she needs to know the truth. Tell her your prognosis and let her know why you don't want her involved in your care. If she wants to help you, you have decided you don't want her to witness it, and that is your right. But you can't not tell her, and if she finds out you have died, she will feel guilty forever thinking that she could have done something to help you. Don't put that burden on her. And OP says, thank you for answering the question. Good luck. I hope your prognosis isn't as bad as you think, but don't turn down help. There are angels around for you, even if you don't want it to be her. When my family member got a similar diagnosis with less than half the chance of survival, the first couple weeks, they pushed everyone away. However, it changed after they talked to someone, and it ended up being better for everyone in the end. I think you should reach out ASAP and talk to a therapist this week. Rather than push her away this week, leave it open because you might regret it 2 weeks down the line, and it will hurt her just the same if you do, as you have a right to, but if you change your mind as you accept this, you might change your stance and prevent that hurt to her. I know someone who was in your position. He did break up with his girlfriend, and they maintained a friendship until he passed away. She was glad that he told her the truth about his medical condition, and I think he was too. As a 56-year-old woman that just lost her mother a month ago and am now having health issues, I get it. Having said that, please be honest with her so that you don't leave her with a ton of questions and self-doubts. She doesn't deserve to think there is something wrong with her or something that she failed at. I wish you well, and please take care of yourself. Remember to make each moment count. And OP says, thank you. I have decided to tell her the unvarnished truth about everything. Good luck, OP. I really am hoping for the best. Life is hard, and sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. Sending good vibes to you. Back up to the post, we have an edit. Folks, thanks for your input. I will be telling her the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm sorry so many of you can't accept that I will be ending the relationship, but that wasn't a question that I asked about, and it is my absolute right to do so. And now, on to the update. It's going to be short and sweet. Well, maybe not so sweet. I worked out a plan to tell her everything at our next meeting, tonight. I had spoken with a counselor and worked out a plan. I wrote her a letter and was going to read it to her in person. The letter explained my health situation and my plans going forward. Long story short, she was able to sense that something was up during our conversations this week. Because I didn't want to just drop this ton of bricks on her unannounced, I gave her a heads up that we needed to talk when we met. Things went downhill from there. She assumed the worst because of her past, and we ended up breaking things off on the phone earlier. When I said we, I meant she. She has no idea about my health situation, and I now have no plans to share this information with her. I would also like to state for all the people saying I was not doing the right thing, my counselor helped me see this isn't about right or wrong, it's about doing what's best for me. Wishing you all peace and love. Edit to add, it's clear that Reddit and I are not and have not been in agreement about 1. My ending my relationship, and 2. What has transpired around my ending it. I would pull out the old, do not judge someone before you've walked a mile in their shoes, but I would never wish that onto anyone. I don't regret my actions, but I do regret posting the update. This will be my last update, last response, and last post to Reddit. May you all find peace in your lives, and don't be so quick to judge. Life is messy and is very complicated. In the comments, oof, she's gonna feel extra awful when she learns you're gone. You might consider leaving your letter for her with a note that her assumptions made it easier for you to do what you needed to do, so she should not feel bad. I don't know. Her reaction was defensive and immature, but she will be devastated and needs some closure. Not your responsibility, but since the main letter is already written, it would be a kind thing to do. Either way, I hope you're able to check off as much of your bucket list as possible and that your current plans work out as intended. All the best. And OP replies, there is a very good chance she won't know what happens to me unless she comes looking at some point down the road. Her finding out the truth may just reopen her wounds of us splitting up. And thank you. Jesus. Just send the letter. Either you let her connect the dots on her own, and she feels awful for abandoning you during your remaining time, or you tell her now, and she can still ask you questions while you're around to answer them. Either way, she will figure out that 1. You died, and 2. You got sick around the time you two broke up. Let her work through the wound of this reality in the best possible way, and she needs to know what's going on in order to do so. I can tell you that it's the worst feeling ever when you get some soul-breaking news about things like someone else's passing, and then you find out that your entire view about them was wrong because they lied to you, and then you have to pick up a jumbled mess of feelings about the entire thing just because you didn't get the chance to make peace with them before they went. It messes people up for years instead of getting a clean cut and all the truth, even though it hurts. Don't take this the wrong way, but you were dying here anyway, man. Why do you have to be cruel after your death? What's the worst that could happen by being honest with the woman that you cherished? Why do you have to gamble with her mental health like that by saying, oh, she'll probably not check up on the person that she cherished for 8 months, even though we all know that she'll find out? Sure, it makes your remaining time easier, but then you have to be clear about that as your reason to stay silent and not give some, she won't find out, it would hurt her too much. She just thinks that I think she's a horrible person because of something from her past, which is the more gracious lie instead of the truth justification. You are not reopening the wound of you two splitting up if you tell her now. She's already wounded. Give her all the facts so that she can work through things while you're still around to clear things up. Why the hell are people getting mad at OP for wanting to end the relationship? That's his choice. He's not asking if he should, he's asking how to approach it. I understand his logic in wanting to break it off. Reddit needs to pick a side of leave them or stay in the relationship. For real, I have loads of health issues, and it's a massive burden on my husband. Wanting to spare someone that, and not wanting to share the process of dying with someone you've known less than a year, is a totally valid choice. Reddit can be so effing judgmental. This person is dealing with a really difficult and painful time, and is doing what's best for him in that terrible situation. Of course, none of this situation is ideal. Having to deal with a really bad diagnosis like this, well, nothing about that can be ideal, can it? It was hard to stand reading all the comments being so freaking harsh to a dying man because he wouldn't chase his mean girlfriend down who wouldn't even listen to him. Your life and death isn't about you was an actual comment. I'm like, huh? Is everyone in that thread trolling? Maybe very many of them relate hard to the apparently very reactive girlfriend. Our next post is titled, Am I the a-hole for asking my parents to cover half of the cost of my new Nintendo Switch? I'm 19, and I got a Switch for my 17th birthday. My parents covered half of the price and I paid the rest. My sister is 14, and she constantly asks if she can play on my Switch. I allow her as long as she's careful and has clean hands. She's been pretty good all these years, until last week. She sent me a text asking if she can play on my Switch when she came home from school and I was still at work. I said sure. When I came back, the whole Switch was greasy, especially the Joy-Cons. She admitted to eating chips while playing, and I told her to never ever do that again. 2 days later, the same thing happened. She texted me asking if she can play. I said yes, but only if she's not eating anything and has clean hands. She promised to be careful and said that she just wants to show something to her friend really quick. When I came back from work, my Switch was on the dining table, one Joy-Con missing, screen cracked, back panel in pieces. My sister just locked herself in her room. So from what I was told, my sister was showing something to her friend and accidentally dropped it. I really doubt this is what happened due to the damage, but she swears up and down that this is what happened. I wasn't super mad at her, I was more so just sad and upset. We both explained the situation to our parents, and I asked them to pay for half my Switch, or if I'm buying OLED, to just contribute half of the price of a normal Switch. They said absolutely not. We argued for a while, and I asked them if they would at least give me $100, but they would not budge whatsoever. My mum said that I'm entitled for expecting them to pay for my toys, and now I'm kind of feeling bad. In the comments, not the a-hole. Your sister should be the one paying a portion to replace it, but her being a child likely has no income, so it's on your parents. If she and OP get allowance, or are gifted money sometimes, then the sister should save up and pay some back. I would say she should pay entirely, but that may take a really long time as a minor. I feel so bad for OP. I do too. I wonder if OP broke his parents' TV if they would expect him to pay back to replace their toys, not the a-hole. You also seem to be a nice brother. Your sister should be held responsible as well. She's 14, not 8. She can understand the concept. Your parents are also belittling and ignorant. I know people 40 plus who still very much enjoy a Switch. I'm 65 and I love my OLED for Animal Crossing. Oop, time to check turnip prices. Not the a-hole. Your parents are refusing to replace an item their child broke, period. If she had accidentally broken someone outside of the home Switch, they would be paying for 100% of it. You didn't even ask for full reimbursement, only half. It's an a-hole move to gaslight you by saying they won't pay for your toys. And now, on to the update. First of all, thanks to everyone who commented on my first post. I was overwhelmed with what happened after, so I couldn't reply to a lot of people. And now to the update. Long story short, my sister didn't break the Switch. It was her friend who threw it and made my sister say that it was her. A few days after it happened, my sister came to my room and said that her friend bullies her at school, made her invite her to our house and play on the Switch. My sister is very shy and impressionable, and that girl used and manipulated her. Obviously, I don't have any proof, but it does make sense. My sister is usually very careful with the things that she borrows from me, and she did get bullied last year by other girls. I won't get into too much detail any further, but we did contact her parents and we got an apology, but they refused to pay though. My sister got switched to homeschooling for now and is doing really well. In the comments, I'm glad his sister is doing well, but the bully's parents really need to pay up. You are responsible for your kid. They break it, you buy it. No different from any other form of property damage. Turns out, a lot of crappy kids' parents are also crappy. And if they aren't, there is usually another influential person in their life making them crappy. No one is born a bully. Both sets of parents know they are legally responsible to pay for the crap their kid breaks. And OP is an adult, so their parents' reasoning was horse crap. It could be Funko Pops, it could be a car. If you owe money, you owe money. I was thinking, what would happen if the daughter broke a non-family member's stuff? But maybe they would be like the bully's parents and all, sorry not sorry, my wallet's closed. Our next post is titled, Am I the a-hole for not letting my girlfriend wear her unique dress to a wedding? Throwaway account because she uses Reddit. My 25 male, girlfriend, female 30, Nat, has a very particular sense of style. Picture Harley Finkel from Wizards of Waverly Place. You'll get the idea. Don't get me wrong, I never had a problem with that. In fact, I love the way she dresses because she loves to do so, and I'm happy if she's happy. The thing is, sometimes she likes to incorporate memes into her clothes. No problem, it's cute. But now she wants to wear a dress inspired on the meme Gay Rat Wedding to my friend's wedding. He and his fiancée are gay. I told her, maybe that's not really appropriate? The dress in question would be full of little stuffed rats, pride flags, and a big "I support gay rats" on the front. My friend is not a big fan of the way that my girlfriend dresses, and I think this dress may cause a certain uproar in the wedding. Now, Nat is upset with me and claiming that I'm throwing water in her flame of creativity. The wedding is next month, so she has plenty of time to think about another thing to wear. Should I just let her go with the dress? Am I the butthole in this situation? In the comments, not the a-hole. That's very inappropriate for a wedding, not to mention kind of insulting. Add to it that it completely makes her the center of attention when it should be about the couple. People need to understand they're basically NPCs at a wedding unless they're immediately close with the bride and groom, and even then, they're just background characters, not the a-hole. I used to be a groomsman like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Let me guess, someone stole your wedding cake. Exactly. It's their wedding day. The newlyweds should be the center of attention, and they explicitly said they don't like this. Why would you do something the grooms disapprove of at their wedding? Either you want attention or you want to piss off the grooms. The "I support gay rats" can be pretty damn insulting. People can interpret it in two ways. Either she only supports gay rats, not humans. She's discreetly signaling to the grooms that she disapproved of them without being called out as homophobic, or she does support them, but by wearing an "I support gay rats" shirt to their wedding, she's shown that she sees them as rats, which is degrading to not just them, but gay people in general, since it buys into the highly dangerous idea that gay folks are less than human. Neither option is something that I would want at a wedding. I really doubt OP's girlfriend meant it, but if she's joking, the joke fell flat. If the grooms themselves aren't happy, why would the guests be? To be fair, it's not that you aren't letting her. You can't stop her, and you're not pretending you can. Nobody can paint you as being controlling in this. All you're doing is telling her how unbelievably crass it would be to wear that dress, how disrespectful it would seem, how poorly it would be received, and overall how much of a weapons-grade flaming butthole she would be to wear it to these guys' wedding. Not the a-hole. Holy crap, does she not see how incredibly dehumanizing and objectifying what she wants to do is? It's a gay wedding, so that makes a meme about rats a good fit? Throw some rainbow crap at it. The gays love rainbows. Seems to broadly summarize her take. If she wasn't individually invited and just going as his +1, he could just refuse to bring her with him though. But yeah, he needs to impart on her how horrifyingly rude that will seem to them. They won't like the joke, and she may single-handedly ruin their wedding with her creative fire. And now, onto the update. Well guys, as many of you pointed out in the comments, me getting a throwaway account didn't help. She found the post. Guess I was too specific after all. I will update soon. Hello everyone. I would like to thank all of you for your judgment, advice, and opinions on my post. It was greatly appreciated. So the conversation did not go well. She was livid with me for exposing her in this way, and although I showed her the comments, most important, the ones from the LGBTQIA community, she refused to admit that her dress was a poor choice, but in fact, her way to appreciate the gays. That did not sit well with me. Love can move mountains, but cannot maintain a relationship with a homophobe. So, now I am going to the wedding a single, rat-free dress man. I did reach out to my friend and send him this post. He thought the situation to be hilarious, but if she did show up in the dress, he would definitely kick us to the curb. I guess this is all. And P.S. I am deeply sorry for misspelling Harpy's name. Won't happen again, lol. And that is where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, let me know what you thought about it down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.